for 7 years. That window was the only light in the entire house. Every night, the mansion went completely dark, except for that one room. No visitors, no family, no laughter, just silence, and a single light that never turned off. People said the house was empty, but empty houses don't keep their lights on, and whatever was inside that room was never meant to be seen. For 7 years, Maria walked these halls before the sun came up. She cleaned the marble floors, dusted the tall wooden frames, polished surfaces that never stayed touched for long. The mansion was beautiful, but it was never warm. Its hallways stretched endlessly, lit by dim lights that barely chased away the shadows. And no matter how many rooms she cleaned, the silence always followed her. But at the end of the west wing, there was one door. Old, silent, untouched. A heavy metal lock hung from the handle. Cold, unwelcoming. Maria had been warned about it on her very first day. Never open that door. She never asked why. In houses like this, questions were dangerous. At first, Maria told herself it didn't matter. It was just a door, just a rule. But every time she passed it, she felt it. A quiet pull, a weight in the air, like the hallway was watching her back. Her hands would slow, her breathing would change, and for a moment, she would wonder what kind of secret needed a lock that heavy. Every Friday night, the mansion felt different. The air grew heavier, the lights seemed dimmer, and the shadows stretched farther than they should. Maria would pause in the hallway, listening. At first, it was nothing, just silence. Then, a sound, soft, faint, almost like someone trying not to be heard. She told herself it was the wind. Old houses make noise, but this didn't feel like the wind. It felt human. And then, one night, something was different. The hallway was silent, too silent. Maria stopped mid-step. Her eyes locked onto the door. The heavy metal lock was gone. The handle hung bare, and the door was slightly open. A thin beam of light slipped into the dark hallway. Dust floated in the air, like the house itself was holding its breath. She knew she should walk away. She knew this wasn't her place. But after 7 years of silence, curiosity was louder than fear. Her hand trembled as she reached for the handle. Slowly, she pushed the door open. The darkness seemed to pull back just enough to let a soft light leak into the hallway. Every creak of the hinges echoed in the silence. Her heart raced. Every instinct told her to stop. But after 7 years of silence, this door would finally reveal its secret. She stepped inside. The room was frozen in time. Dust covered the floor, but the small bed was neatly made. Old toys lay scattered, untouched for years. Faded wallpaper told stories of a childhood long gone. It was quiet, too quiet, and yet it felt alive, like the room had been waiting for someone to finally see it. Maria's eyes were drawn to the wall. Hundreds of drawings, crayon art, childish and imperfect, all signed with the same name, Lena. The soft golden light hit the wall, casting long shadows across the dusty floor. Her heart tightened. Every picture, every scribble, told a story frozen in time. A story someone had left behind, and a life that had ended too soon. And then, she heard a voice behind her. "You weren't supposed to see this." Maria turned slowly. There he stood, the mansion's owner, half of his face hidden in shadow, the other lit by the soft golden light from the room. His elegant suit was slightly rumpled, but it couldn't hide the weight in his eyes. For the first time, he looked human, not rich, not untouchable, just broken. Maria stepped back, letting the door close slowly behind her. The room was empty again. Moonlight poured through the window, soft and pale, casting long shadows across the bed and scattered toys. Dust floated gently in the air, as if the room itself was holding its breath. It was peaceful, but heartbreak lingered. Some rooms aren't locked to hide secrets. They're locked to protect broken hearts. And some doors are waiting to be understood. Welcome to the Unspoken Room. Subscribe if you're not afraid of what's behind the next door.